You thought you were gonna get away with this? You thought you could play this in the Year of Fire?
Breaking news, Bryn YGO, who was detained earlier this month, has broken free from captivity. If you or a loved one sees a Red Dragon Archfiend, please contact your local authorities right away.
Brian? Where are you? Snake Eyes see everything and are everywhere. Where are you gonna go?
What did you think was gonna happen?
Welcome back.
0 to hero.
Welcome back to another episode of Mr. No Integrity. You thought just because I wasn't around, I wouldn't find out what you did? You want to tell the people what happened at Counterspell?
Flashback.
It's a beautiful rainy day in Florida, and we're here at a news store today, Counterspell Games. It's located on the other side of the river in Jacksonville, Florida. Well, technically Orange Park, but all the same difference here. You can see they have nice, beautiful setup, nice open space. It's actually fantastic. All kinds of gizmos, gadgets, and whatnots. Everything you would expect. But we're here with the whales in our deck, trying to seek some more upgrades. Hopefully we can top today's tournament. It looks like we have a pretty decent crowd trickling in from the rain. Looks like that delayed everybody, definitely delayed me. And we're really just trying to hunt down a dispatter. So we gotta get enough value, get a dispatter. That's the next crucial piece of our deck that we're missing. Hopefully today we can bring home the bacon and get home and crack open a dispatter. Doesn't really make sense, but let's just hop into it.
Yeah.
So here we are, locals on a Sunday, Counterspell Games, Jacksonville, Florida. Brian's actually been able to pilot the 0 to hero Red Dragon Archfiend deck all the way to the finals undefeated. We had a pretty good showing for the player base here. A lot of people aren't here this Sunday strictly due to the fact that they're waiting for the brand new format to start, considering we had the sneak peek for Phantom Nightmare yesterday. But Brian's taking his strategy, he's piloted all the way here to the finals, and we're excited to see what he does here against an impressive Rescue Ace player, so stay tuned.
Yep. All right, we're here at Counterspell. We just finished the tournament. We had 3 rounds. There weren't a lot of people here today, which is totally fine. It was raining. It's kind of gross outside, a little hard to travel. But we had, I think, 7 people, which is not a lot. So we had 3 rounds. It was cut to top 2. We ended up making it to top 2. I ended up losing the last round to Rescue Ace. And then so we had the option of playing it out. Played it out, we ended up winning it, which gave us quite a bit of store credit to play with. As a result, we got to use our favorite card to win us an even better card. Wait, where'd I put it? Oh, God. We got a dispatter. So, oh, it's upside down. Wow, that's crazy. We got a dispatter. Really excited about that. This card is gonna revolutionize a lot of our combos, and it's gonna make us even more resilient. So we got shifted at one point today, and it was terrible because I have no generic 10 to go into, and then if I was able to make the dispatter, I would not only have interruptions, but I could also bring back the Scarred I would have been able to use to make it. Otherwise, I just like make Bane. It was really bad. But yeah, so the dispatter is gonna lead to a lot of like resiliency. It's gonna extend some combos, make Uvia Loop a lot better of a card instead of just basically using it to like have fodder and then continuously red zone. But the Stone Sweeper, so the whale, I want to talk about this a little bit. This card is crazy. It has the bonus effect, if there's a card in the field spell zone, it can summon itself, so you can get a free level 5. So if you have like let's say the soul gets stopped or whatever, and then your opponent has like a field spell, which could happen against Rescue Ace, Kashira, Vanadium, whatever. Plenty of decks that are playing field spell, Fire King. You can just special summon the Stone Sweeper. Boom, there you go. You have a free 8. So ended up working out really well if you don't want to like pitch for the tuner, but obviously the consistency was crazy. So overall record, we ended 3-1, but we won in the top cut. So we ended up getting majority of the pricing, got that Dispatter. So we're gonna kind of revamp the deck just a little bit more, but we're really close to where I want it to be. I didn't Calamity lock anybody today. I tried, but I kept getting eclipsed, so that was weird. I think that was just maybe like a meta call for the day or something. I'm not really sure, so maybe that's something we have to look into. Is setting up the Calamity good? Should we be more resilient, or how can we set up Calamity and also have Abyss on the board so that we can negate whatever they try to do? Or is it better just to have the quick effect for Geki off of Etude? I will say Etude being a mini Macrocosmos came up a lot today, especially against Rescue Ace. That card was crazy. Stopped them from doing a lot of Preventer plays because they couldn't link off the Preventer and get the effect. So that was really cool. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing one more tournament. We're gonna see where that goes, and hopefully we can win a couple more cards. I think now we're just polishing up our side deck, maybe grabbing another Lubellion if we can, and that's pretty much it. And then we're off to the races and gonna try to compete in some regionals. So really excited to see where this goes. But yeah, let's see what the next day brings us.
End of flashback.
And we're back. Cool Stuff Games in Jacksonville, back to our usual local spots. We had some good luck at Counterspell. Really excited to see how Dispatter comes into the deck. We picked up some Cosmic Cyclones as well. I think it's gonna be really impactful. This Locals is actually going to be in the Year of the Fire, so we've officially kicked that off. Everybody's anticipating bonfires, poplars, and everything in between to just be summoning and spamming and being the best deck. So hopefully we can prove them wrong with a little Red Dragon Archfiend action. And we've made some changes to accommodate for the new format as well. So let's see how we do. Hopefully we can pull something out, get some more products, because we're really just looking to refine the deck, get some staples in there for the side deck, so we can continue to compete in this this crazy Year of the Fire format. Thanks.
I like that.
Sir.
Oh my God, 1 second, guys, 1 second. Yes. Guys, breaking news, report about here, live with the truth. Bryn YGO is cheating on his opponents. What are we talking about here? Guys, his integrity has none. It's gone, it's left. What the are we doing anymore? Stop watching this channel. Report about it.
Unfortunately, the Snake Eyes were successful in getting rid of the audio for this clip, which is a little unfortunate, but we were basically just going over some of the recap on the last tournament we played. One of the biggest takeaways is that we ended up 3-2. Labyrinth is a great matchup for us, so I hope we can just keep playing against that over and over and over, especially on a local level. But our losses today were going second Sprite. We ended up beating Fluunderies, which is really cool. We ended up playing through Shifter with Dispatter, so that was awesome. It's definitely my standout game of the day. But then in round 5, we played against Salamangreat. Ended up losing. It's kind of like the Snake Eye problem, where they can put up a lot. They're the Link 4 that's typically enabled for OTKs. For them, they can actually just use it to, gather advantage and search cards. So it's pretty good. But yeah, we played against that. And overall ended up in 5th place. No real complaints. We're opening up some Phantom Nightmare, pulled Awakening of the Vitos. Not a bad card, not a great card. There's definitely some higher value stuff in this pack, but I'm excited to keep grinding, see where this deck can go. There are some concerns about what we're going to do against Snake Eye, because if we were to side Soul Release, for example, that's not great into the pure build, but it's much better into the Fire King build. So I really got to figure out what are the cards we're hunting down. Are there any notable weaknesses in that deck? And there are some weaknesses, but a lot of it's covered up by the non-engine, right? Which is, the sample of a tier 0 deck. I'm not necessarily hopping on that bandwagon just yet, though the results are proving it more and more to be that way. But yeah, I'm more looking into the options. What can we do to make sure we can extend past the Princess pop? Because when Princess pops our Bone Archfiend or Extract monster and it's not Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend, or if we don't have Soul Resonator Engrave, it becomes problematic. Going first against the deck is fine. We typically can pull it through if we go first, just because the big red dragon, Supernova Red Dragon, or I forget the name of it, but the level 12 that banishes everything, that card's insane against that deck. So we just need more of that, is really what it comes down to. So I got to figure out, okay, how do we play more? How do we do more going second? So that's one problem we have to solve with the deck. So I'm looking towards things like maybe porous cards, things like board breakers, and then hand traps. Like, what is the best route to go? Of course, hand traps is the most popular way to play it right now, but typically that happens when formats are newer because they want to rely on hand traps against a wide variety of things. It may be the way to go, may not be. We're looking for, some other things. One thing I am going to do is switch to Veilers and Imperms in the main, and if I can, I want to jam Nibs in there as well. A Veiler, Imperm, or a Nib, all in combination, typically can do a lot against the deck. So I want to maximize those interactions as much as possible. So we're going to look at, tweaking the main deck around, seeing if we can fit those in. Right now we're rocking 40, but maybe we, jump that up to 42 and then cut down on one card just to make that happen. A Tutor the Branded is actually crazy against some of the other rogue decks. Things like actual Branded Despia is a great example of this. Where if they go to fusion anything, it just gets banished instead. So that card is insane. It really covers our rogue matchups. So the biggest thing that we have to really solve, again, is the Snake Eye deck. So I'm excited to kind of theory craft that and go over that a little bit more. But outside of that, really happy with how the deck's been performing. I think some of the consistency improvements have been amazing. So I'm really, really excited to see where this goes. All right, see you.